So yeah, right there you've got town center, the VA hospital, Nemours is right down the street. This is Nemours Parkway, so like it's gonna be a spot. You can see canvas right here. So honestly, I wanted to do a video catch up on Lake Nona and the future of Lake Nona. I've done videos in the past, and so some of you might be like, oh God, another Lake Nona video. But I'm just being honest with you. I want to catch the analytics because right now so many people are searching about Disney's moving their campus here. 2,000 jobs from Southern California here to Lake Nona, and there's so much going on here, just even beyond what you might already know. So let's get into the things that are going on in the future of Lake Nona. So like one of the biggest things we're waiting on still is windows, which windows on new construction are like the new lumber. It's getting crazy, but this is an investment I'm building here in Lake Nona, and so it should be done in November of 2021, and we'll get this thing rented out pretty quickly. But why don't we do this? I've got a map in the car. I kind of show you what Lake Nona is, where we're at, and why you should be excited about it if you're thinking about living or working in Lake Nona. Woo. All right, so let's take a look at like what Lake Nona is. So Lake Nona is basically 17 square miles of the city of Orlando, and it's all owned and developed by a company called Tavistock. And so they're doing a really good job mixing kind of like dining, green space, parks and recreational, wellness, and just like a lot of different jobs. Lake Nona was originally known as Medical City because it had the VA, had UF Medical School, UCF Medical School, which there's actually a new teaching hospital that just opened up here. You've got Nemours Children's Hospital, just a lot of cool things in the health and wellness space. All right, so basically this is how Lake Nona lays out. You've got town center right here where a lot of the different life sciences are. You've got Pixon apartments. You've got a lot of things like dining space wise, which is going here, but it expands out 17 square miles where you've got the airport right here and a lot of stuff going on here. So why don't we do this? Why don't we get in the car and start showing you some of the cool things that are here and what's coming. Then towards the end of the video, I can share with you guys, like if you want to live here, what are some of your options from apartments to gated communities? One of the biggest things you probably heard about the Lake Nona area was the 2,000 jobs that Disney is relocating here. But they just announced this past week that they're going to be investing over $864 million into their new campus here in Lake Nona. And of that, they're getting, I guess, like a $500 million tax incentive from the state through some different tax incentives over the next 20 years. So that makes sense, I guess. But that's just one of the things happening in Lake Nona. So town center is like 4 million square feet of office, retail, medical, restaurants, just everything kind of right inside here, right next to the airport. So like the whole idea of like where Lake Nona sits is that it's 10 minutes from the airport. And some people get nervous about that because it's like you have the planes flying overhead. So depending on where you live in Lake Nona, if it doesn't line up with the flight paths, you can't even hear the planes. And so some areas you can, some areas you can't. If that's something that's important to you, make sure you ask. So like in addition to the lake house that KPMG, the accounting firm, did, they built like this $450 million training facility. They just leased out another 100,000 square feet for their call center right here in that building. Another thing that's coming in 2021 is the Wave Hotel, and it's going to be a 234-room hotel with 12,000 square feet of like high-tech meeting space. This high-end luxe feel in the hotel. It's also going to have 2 destination restaurants in the bottom of the hotel, which are supposed to rival some of the best places in all of Florida. So it's cool. So the Wave Hotel right there, they've got the parking deck next door. And so this is actually Braille. They're gonna have like a plaque below, like it's gonna spell something out. And then right beyond it, you've got the binary garage. And so like, you know, a series of 1s and 0s. And so just bringing some kind of like art and culture feel to like what could be just like a stuffy corporate area, I think is a really cool way that they're creating some culture behind what's going on here in Lake Nona. So that's the Johnson & Johnson Human Performance Institute. And so to get this on their website, they say professional athletes, corporate athletes, and even hostage rescue teams have benefited from the courses, and enrollment is open to the public. So that's actually the Lake Nona Performance Club. So basically, I mean, that's got indoor pool, basketball court, volleyball court, rock climbing wall. They've got over $1 million invested in just like the infrastructure inside there. And they've got everything from massages to just like, it's an all-encompassing health club. And it's world-class based on the people that they've hired and the facility that they've built right here in Lake Nona. So this actually just opened up through COVID. This is actually the UCF Lake Nona Medical Center, and so it's their teaching hospital right here in Lake Nona. And so you've got UF Medical School, you've got UCF Medical School, now you've got the actual medical center, the hospital that they basically can take what they've learned and put it into practice. But this is crazy because this is actually only a very small portion of the land that's been set aside for these two schools to expand. So you've got probably only 25% of their building space, their building envelope that's actually been built on. And so that's the crazy thing about Lake Nona. You've got Disney coming here, Johnson & Johnson and KPMG, which we all know about at this point. A lot of the lifestyle stuff with the Performance Center, but then you've got UCF Medical School, so many other things to build out here. And so you've got a really cool thing that's going to happen when you add these type of high-paying jobs to a certain area. So you have Disney relocating people from California, and they're going to get to keep their salaries from what we hear. You've got people coming in for these medical jobs, these high-performance jobs. It's going to boom the area in general for Orlando and be something really unique that we haven't seen in Central Florida. I think it's a great opportunity whether you're looking to relocate here for work, you want to do an investment property in the area, or you just want to hang out on a Friday night and enjoy what's going on here in Lake Nona. So this is LEAD, the Sports and Health Tech Accelerator, and so they're here local in Lake Nona. A little while ago we did an interview with strangers on the street, and you guys might remember we talked to a guy who was working with a company here that did like age rank, and so they take your blood and they figure out how well you're aging or maybe well you're not aging and try to hack the life cycle. So that's some of the kind of stuff that they're doing here in Lake Nona on top of Disney and on top of Johnson & Johnson and KPMG and all of the massive things happening in here. There's cool stuff like this happening right in Orlando. All right, so what if you don't want to live in the Lake Nona area, but you maybe going to work here, so you need to be somewhat within proximity of Lake Nona? There's a lot of places that would be easily accessible for you depending on your economic status. You could be over in Horizon West if you want to be really close to Disney. You could be in Celebration, which is the town that Disney built. But even really close by here, you've got Hunters Creek, which is like just south of us. That's a really affordable area. You've got St. Cloud, which is going to be even more accessible because they're going to do an extender all the way down from 417 down to Narcoossee. You've got Moss Park, Meridian Parks. There's a lot of very affordable real estate if maybe you're not in the gated community price bracket. And don't let price stop you from enjoying everything that's coming to Lake Nona. This is actually the back end of Lake Nona Golf and Country Club. So right up there you can see KPMG, but they've got all of this other land to expand over on the lake. I mean, I've heard like different concepts that they're looking through, but if you're looking for Lake Nona Golf and Country Club, you've got a lot of different options, from people are remodeling houses, even though they're only 10, 15 years old, all the way to brand new construction. So if you're looking for gated and in that luxury space, Lake Nona has that for you too. You got also another gated neighborhood called the Enclave at Village Walk. Pulte actually built all of this out, but where we're sitting on the map, because of the way that the planes line up, you actually don't hear the planes coming over. So even in the country club over there, you can see the planes, but you can't hear them. It's like this amazing thing. All right, so that's a little bit about what's coming to Lake Nona. I'm really excited about it, as you probably can tell. For me, the development, the kind of people coming, the Disney aspect, there's so many cool things about what's going on here in Orlando. So listen, if you're looking to buy or sell a house anywhere in Central Florida, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. So make sure you shoot me an email at ken@positgroup.com, and then wait, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave so that you can get up-to-date information about everything going on here in Central Florida. We'll see you guys on the next video.